Greetings, and once again, thank you for tuning in to my latest video. I will be uploading this on Friday, the 20th of June, 2025. And before I get rolling on the message, which is that peace is not in the cards, before I get rolling, as always, you are welcome to subscribe. That is your choice. I'm not one who says, hit that subscribe button, etc., etc. But if you enjoy my content and want to be notified when my videos are uploaded, and if you want to be notified when I'm doing a live stream, and I endeavor to do live streams, live and interactive, live and unscripted, every Saturday and Wednesday night. Saturdays, I try to give a retrospective on the past week's events, and Wednesday is a faith-based message touching on current events, but far more focused on faith and on scriptural wisdom. But at any rate, without that out of the way, I thank you for tuning in to the thoughts, views, and opinions of an old 50, I'm going to be 59 soon, born in 1966. Canadian Armed Forces veteran, left the military in June of 2021. Still working, currently working in a retail environment, interacting with the public every day. Very much enjoy social interaction. A bit of a dinosaur, but not so much of a dinosaur that I don't know how to navigate at least somewhat the YouTube space. And I like putting my voice out there. You're welcome to share your thoughts, your views, your opinions down in the comments below. You don't have to agree with me. Actually, I appreciate it when individuals challenge my points of view, who contradict my points of view. I do not like living in an echo chamber. Well, with that out of the way, uh, as I say, peace is not in the cards. I don't know how things are going to play out. I don't know if the United States is going to get directly involved in what is happening right now between Israel and Iran, and I don't know what happens if they do. If the Americans get involved, does that mean Pakistan would then join in with Iran? What about Russia or North Korea or even China? But there is one thing I am certain of, and that is that we are going to be seeing more war, not less. And I'm as certain of this quote unquote fact as one can be without any tangible proof. I'm as confident of more war as I was about the introduction of a vaccine passport all the way back in the summer of 2020. I think it might be an escalation of the current conflict between Israel and Iran, with different players coming into the game, or it might be another conflict. Back in February of 2022, Russia invaded the Ukraine, and there was speculation that there could be spillover with other players getting involved, but largely speaking, that hasn't happened yet, although North Korea has reportedly sent troops in support of Russia. And that war dragged on, and it dominated much of the news cycle, along with the Ottawa trucker convoy, back in February 22 and going forward. Then on October 7th, 2023, Hamas launched what they called the Al Aqsa Flood, which their senior leadership announced was the beginning of the end of the nation state of Israel. It hasn't worked out that way, though. One day later, Hezbollah in Lebanon started launching rockets and missiles into northern Israel. And then after that, the Houthis in Yemen joined in with their own rockets, drones, and missiles. And they also started attacking Israeli shipping and later other vessels as well, including American vessels. And since that time, we've had regime change. The Syrian regime of Bashir al-Assad fell to a group called Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS for short. And there is currently a civil war raging in Sudan that nobody's paying attention to, given all the focus on Israel and Iran in that Sudanese war. It's said that 13 million Sudanese civilians have been displaced. There have been tens of thousands killed. Some outlets are calling Sudan the worst humanitarian crisis currently in the world. But there are no nightly news stories tugging at people's emotional heartstrings, so it might as well not be happening. And things are going to get worse. Again, I cannot prove this, but I am sure of it. I'm wondering when China is going to finally move to take Taiwan, fulfilling their so called one China policy that views the breakaway island republic as something of an illegal enterprise. Perhaps Beijing views Taiwan as a gimme that they can go in anytime they want. Or maybe they're just waiting for the United States to spread itself even thinner before going in. I expect that we're going to hear lots of rhetoric going forward about this diplomacy, about the need for de escalation, about the need to find peaceful solution. But I'm here to say that this is all going to be happening while the powers of this world are going to be fanning the flames of war. And we can pray for peace. But as it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, for those who are familiar, there's a time to build up and a time to break down, a time to gather stones and a time to cast stones away. There's a time for war and a time for peace. And we are in a time of war. And I'm here to say it is only just getting started. Are these the birth pangs that Jesus spoke of in the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 24? Honestly, I don't know for sure. But there are two views on what is referred to as biblical eschatology, also known as end times prophecy. There's one that is circular and recurring, and the other is final and climactic. In terms of the recurring circular eschatological view, end times view, we know that everything old becomes new again. Empires rise, empires fall. Societies and cultures reach new heights, and then they crumble into dust. And each time the cycle repeats. After one empire falls, another rises to take its place. As one society and its culture crumbles, a new one comes along and supplants the old. But previous eras, when dominating world powers collapsed, and you can think of the Egyptian Empire, or Alexander the Great, his Greek, or if you prefer, Macedonian Empire, or Rome, or the Arabian Caliphate, or the Ottoman, or and on and on and on. Those empires in previous ages were not living in the nuclear age as we are now. Was Iran close to gaining nuclear capability prior to this attack by Israel? I don't know one way or another, but I do know that Israel, the United States, Britain, France, Pakistan, North Korea, Russia, and China, they are nuclear powers. And this conflict seems to be splitting the nuclear powers of this world into two distinct camps. And we live in a broken and fallen world. I think most will openly acknowledge that. We have war, disease, pestilence, famine, and much more. And it grieves people's souls because people long for peace. We want contentment. We want an end to all the miseries that so delight the, the one who is called the prince of this world. And some choose to blame God, arrogantly putting themselves on the throne of judgment and saying, if I were God. But that fails to recognize the fallen and broken state of humanity. And I'm talking about everyone, all of us. We seek approbation from our fellow fallen creatures. Virtue signaling games, everyone plays them, both on the left and the right. I'm right and you're wrong. I know what's evil and what is good. And people fail to see that we're all broken, all fallen, and we're all in need of mercy and, most importantly, grace. God took on human flesh and he entered this broken and fallen world to offer us a path to that which we seek, the way that leads to peace and contentment, a world without pain and misery. But in order to access it, we have to step down. We have to get off our false throne and bow down to the one sitting on the true throne. We have to reject the prince of this world and confess with our heart, mind, body, soul, strength, everything to the king who is above every earthly king and who is above, obviously, the powerful prince of this world who is loving this time of hatred, division, destruction. Satan is thrilled. And I know that the Bible is not popular with everyone, but there is wisdom to be found in many places. So I'll leave you with a little snippet from a massively popular song of 1971 when I was just a little kid living at that time. I was Canadian living in New Jersey. Uh, and that was 1971 was another tumultuous time. That was pretty much the height of the Vietnam War era. And hopefully we'll come out on the other side of this uncertain time the way that the United States and the Western world came out of that uncertain time when over 50,000 American servicemen were sent to their deaths in Vietnam. So maybe you'll remember this. If you do, write down the name of the song that this is quoted from in the comments section. That'll let me know you listened to the end of my video. Oh, there we, oh, and there we were, all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack Flash sat on a candlestick because fire is the devil's only friend. Oh, and as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched, clenched in fists of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan's spell. And as the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight the day the music died. I'm here to say, don't let that music die. God's song is calling out to you. Don't let the music die. Thanks for watching my video. And again, comments are welcome down below. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you're most welcome. Buttons down there, and it'll be at the end of this video. I think in this corner over here, around this area of the screen, click on that. And if you hit the bell and click on all notifications, then you will be notified when I have new content going up and also when my live streams are running. And I'm trying to do them regularly, once again on Saturdays and Wednesdays, but I do them periodically from time to time as well when something breaking happens and I uh, feel moved to reach out and try and connect with people and talk about what's happening in the world. So appreciate you watching and hope to see you again. God bless.